Hey y'all, it's Caitlin. So, I got some Lord of the Rings pops. Now, have I watched Lord of the Rings? Yes. Is it one of my top favorite movies? No. I like the characters in it more than I like the actual storyline. I love Gandalf, I like the Hobbits. Legolas, after Gandalf, Legolas is probably my favorite character. Him or Gimli, one or the other. But I like the characters, and so I get some of the pops. Not all the pops, but some of them. So I found Legolas at Barnes & Noble. So let's go ahead and get him out real quick. So obviously this isn't like a set I want to complete or anything. I just get the ones I like. So, and I found out that the con I go to every year in Little Rock, Sean Astin, I think his name is, the one who played Sam, is going to be there. So yay, I had to find my Sam pop. But I have it, I just have to find out where it is. So here is Legolas. This is really cool. I love that they put him with his bow and arrow, because it would have been stupid if they didn't. So yeah, so it's been years since I watched Lord of the Rings, and I did watch, I think, the first two Hobbits as well. I read some of The Hobbit. I don't know if I got all the way through. I think I did. I'm not entirely sure. I know I haven't read the books for Lord of the Rings, but yeah. But I love like all the painted detail on his shirt, and even on the leaf clip that his cloak is attached with, it has the little leaf stems painted on there, so I really like that. And his bracelets as well. So I love that they put so much painted detail into him, and he does stand on his own. So here's Gimli. I found him and the rest of these at Hot Topic. So I finally found a Gimli with a good box and a good paint job. Oh, and for those of you who watched my Hot Topic haul, I said that I was going to talk to my Hot Topic manager. I didn't have to, because the next time I saw her, the two of us were just like having a casual conversation anyway, and I was going to bring it up, but actually she was the one who brought it up. She's like, I have a tendency to cut the boxes. I'm trying not to do that anymore. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. I didn't even have, oh crap. I didn't even have to do it, but I noticed there was like a little paint coming off of his beard, but oh well. It doesn't really matter to me. So here's Gimli. I love his sculpt. I mean, look at all that detail in his helmet. That is cool. And even his armor, which you guys cannot see at all, but I promise you, if you look at it up close, everything that's covered by his beard when you're looking straight on, all the detail is there. Like, all the detail is there. Oh, I love it. This axe is kind of plain. I honestly don't remember what his axes look like in the movie, but this one is pretty detailed. So, oh man, I think they totally aced this pop. I honestly think they did. I don't think, this was on anyone's top lists for pops that came out in 2018, but I think this one should have been honestly. This other guy here was on some people's lists, but just all the detail they put in this sculpt, I think it's perfect. I love it. And he has a bit of heft because of that helmet. He's not super heavy, but yeah. And he is a tad shorter than Legolas. Not a lot, but a little. So they thought about that too. And so the other one I got was the Dunharrow King. I remember this thing from the movie. I just cannot remember their name, or its name. But the way that they approached this pop was honestly really, really cool. And it's why this got onto a lot of people's top lists for 2018. So what they did was they sculpted the skull in the back and then put this translucent plastic over it. It's a little bit like the Fire Jack, if you guys have seen that one in person, where it's like a solid, you know, it's a vinyl figure obviously, but it's like a solid figure on the inside, and they encased it with more translucent plastic to give it that awesome effect. It's awesome. It's awesome. I mean, you know, this could have been just one big solid piece and they would have just made, you know, maybe the beard and stuff translucent, or maybe the entire face translucent. This looks so good. And again, the sculpting work on the crown and the body, it's amazing. It's amazing. And on the cape, you can really see where it fades from like a color to a translucent. I mean, they got the airbrush and everything just perfect on this pop. I love it. They got the patina paint on the helmet as well. They got cracks sculpted into the crown to make it look more old. What more could you say to change about this pop? I mean, I'm someone who's not even that passionate about Lord of the Rings. I love this pop. The sword. Look at the sword. This is one of those pops you can like stare at for hours. I honestly say that. Like, you can just stare at this pop forever. And it will not stop being gorgeous to me. I might be like really nerding out over a stupid pop, but I don't care. It's awesome. I love it. Oh man. Okay. So for the final one, and this one does have a box cutter to it, so I think this is either one of the older ones or this was when she forgot herself and went ahead and cut the box. I don't know, but so here's her. I cannot remember her name. I can't remember how to pronounce her name. I'm not going to try. So we're gonna get Cate Blanchett out of here. I know Cate Blanchett. And the only reason I know her name is from Carol, but that's it. So I do remember the scene in the movie. I remember her doing something special with the stuff that was in that bottle. I cannot remember perfectly, but I will say her dress, not only is it sculpted pretty, well, just pretty. They got the pattern on it pretty good. But it's also like almost like a pearlescent kind of tinge to it. So it makes it look like it's almost sparkling a little bit without it being glitter. So that's really good. You know, it's a more simple style pop. But I think they really nailed all the details that they had to. So, yay. And I needed one to get like the discount. I think it's like buy two get one free right now at Hot Topic, so, or as I'm filming this. So yeah, why not round it off with another Lord of the Rings. So anyway guys, that was, and every single one of these pops stand on their own. Yay. And I don't think any of them come with stands, so good. Anyway guys, so that was my Lord of the Rings haul. No one rag at me too much for not knowing that much about it. I promise I've watched it. It's just been forever. And I think it was the second movie that just about put me to sleep. But I still love the characters. Still love the characters. So anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, it's a community, not a competition. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.